Pretty sunny day for me. How is it for you? Who's there in the camera?
Cloudy, damp,
Cloudy. Which city it is?
west of Europe.
Western Europe. Okay, good. It was pretty cold this morning. Is it so?
There is some hurricane happened in Atlantic somewhere, so maybe
Okay.
the effect of that.
Could be right. Morning it was at 3 degrees Celsius. Then it is better now. I'm seeing good sunlight. Feeling sunlight in September or beginning of October is we need it. Okay, good. First, thanks all for being here. I appreciate the people all over the world. And this is Sunday prayers we do every Sunday for an hour of time. We talk about PMP, we talk about PMI-ACP. We also go into some questions to discuss. Yeah, I have people listening to this from YouTube channel, some of them from LinkedIn, and we have live people, our batch students here. Last week we completed one of the batch from the August, more vibrant batch. A lot of questions, a lot of discussions, vibrant. And 1 week now it will be a bit silent because they are in the preparation mode. Yeah, the big cyclone is coming. They're getting ready. Is it right, Shadam? Is it true?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Bit of a silence where we have to sit and work. Let me do the groundwork. That's happening. Nice. So now
Pushing ourselves to just we have to read, 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 and read.
you have to collect yourself, right? Because classes keep going on. You listen the content and get the subject, but now you have to sit and collect the data, whatever you got so far, put into a package and start working towards it. Yeah, that's how it is. Is anyone interested to show your a good smiley face now? Huh? Good to show your smiley face. Available. Who is available? Dolly, after long time no see. Okay, good to see you, Dolly. Shadab is here. Chintaman is here. Nice to see people around. Hey, thanks for people coming on the camp. Nice, good, good. Good to see you, Dolly after a long time. How is it going for you? Corporate life. You're on mute mode, Dolly. You're trying hard to unmute it, but it is not getting unmuted. Is it working? Unmute is working? No, it's not working. Okay. Okay, it's okay, fine. I think intelligence will improve in some time in the world. When you start speaking, automatically mic unmutes, isn't it? Maybe, right? Few years from now, there could be a technology where it can unmute on its own, isn't it? Why we have to struggle, how to search for the button? Not needed. Good. So let's start the day today, and thanks for people be here. I see more people will join in a few minutes of time. Coming to the point here, is anyone getting to the exam in the coming days? First ask, is anyone getting the exam in next maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, or in a month of time? Is anyone getting to the exam? Uh-huh. Okay. If not, then I'll start with the process of question paper. We'll discuss about it. Before that, I have few people who took exam. The last 4, 5 days, I found at least 5 people cleared the exam. Not even five. To be 4 people cleared the exam. I had a conversation with them how the exams went on. In fact, if you know, in ShriLearning YouTube channel, we publicize the success stories. Frequently, we capture some success ingredients and then share it in the YouTube channel. I was doing a recording today with a person who cleared the exam. The person was really telling that how he prepared, which means it took a month to prepare for the examination. And in this month, every day he was able to spend 1.5 hours of reading. Every day, 1.5 hours of reading. And practice constantly the WhatsApp group where we post questions, 10 questions, and take time to analyze these questions. This is what he was doing, and then came to the full exams. And one interesting thing he was saying that what he learned is how to grasp the content from a long statement. How to grasp the content from the long statement. I felt that makes sense because in question paper or in the book, we're going to get a sentence, a longer sentence. I would have read, let's say, 11 words, a sentence. But in this 11 words of sentence, if my brain cannot consolidate it, then my answering ability have a trouble. So I should learn that skill. I should learn the skill of reading a sentence and try to derive from there what they're asking. I'm sure we're doing it already, but I found what he said the success story is yes, let's give attention to that. Yeah, that is one thing I listened from him. And the second thing he said here is whenever he reads a content, he was able to look back in his job. Is there any relation to that? Is there any connection to that? Not all will have connection, okay, because book has tons of content, but at least some portion will have a connection. And he was able to say that that connection was helping to remember the concepts. Because if I don't have a connection, then it becomes a memory problem. I have to memorize it. But if there is a connection, I no need to memorize. It stays with me. These are the couple of points I remember because maybe an hour before I had a video shoot with him. I soon the video will be published in the YouTube channel. But the message here is we are doing it, but I feel a little more consciously way to keep an idea. I'm reading a big sentence. How can I take a real wording from that? Let me ask anyone in this room, is anyone practicing that habit of when you read a sentence, you try to grasp out of it what actually asked in the sentence? Is anyone doing that when you read a question paper? Happening? What if that happens very well? If you are able to grasp the content from a sentence, do you think our answering ability will improve? Think so?
Yes, yes, of course.
Yeah, but that is the toughest part, isn't it? That's a
Yes.
tough because
Mostly we read it.
Mhm.
Mostly we read it which have a big paragraph, the
Yeah,
questions. We read
yeah,
it twice or try 3 times,
yeah.
and most of the question we notice that in the end of the question we have a
Uh-huh.
question. So which is remaining all like a stories. So the keyword we find from the end of this
Yeah. Beating the
paragraphs.
bush. Sometimes they beat the bush, right? All the way.
Yeah.
Many times a spouse are very good, they find the last line of the question very well. And this guy would have explained the whole story for 10 minutes. Finally, he or she will find out, hey, you're coming to say this one, right? Got it.
Exactly.
Got me.
No, Shri, just one thing I just wanted to explain about my experience.
Hmm.
Whenever I read the long sentence based questions, what happens is like we lose the track. Like what the examiner is what is the question and what we need to pick those important those words, those tricky words where the answer is hidden kind of. And that's why we need to repeat and repeat again questions, read very carefully to answer
Hmm.
it and analyze an answer actually, not jump to the
Conclusion.
answers immediately.
Yeah, yeah. I see your point, Shadab. We lose the patience, right? When you read three sentence, four sentence.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's a problem. Yeah, I understand. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, even in a movie, if there is a dialogue conversation going on, it's a very lengthy conversation, we miss it. If it's a short one-liner, probably, yeah, we can do it. That's tough part. That's tough part. But again, reading the question three times, are we losing more time in the exam? Because the exam has each question goes for 1 minute, 27 seconds or 20 seconds. So if I read a question three times, each time if I spend 10 to 15 seconds or 30 seconds, already I would have crossed 1 minute.
Yes,
Actually,
Hmm.
that's
it's
happening.
happening. It's happening every time. When you read the second time, will not
Uh-huh.
feel that we are within the time limit. When you read it the third time or fourth time, we have a little bit panic. Oh, already we have crossed the time limit. So we have to root the fasting. So we'll not get the points. What we need to answer. So many times I get confused because of the time delay.
So even the last time when you read, we are reading in a rush. Somehow I have to give answer.
Exactly.
Yeah, not only here, I'm just trying to see. In real exam, there was a person who couldn't clear the exam. Okay. This person was saying that, she know what? First 60 questions, I was spending 120 minutes. If a 60 question goes 120 minutes, on average, how many minutes per question?
2 minutes.
2 minutes, right? Your expected is 1 minute, 27 seconds.
Mm.
This person took 2 minutes per question. I do have a different case. There was a person totally flunked in the exam, and this person took 150 minutes for first 60 questions. which means that a person want to be perfect. And when I do a root analysis with this person, why? What happened? And this person was saying that, you know what, Shri, my brain is not allowing to choose an answer when I read for the first time. It is not accepting. My brain says that you may read the sentence wrong, read it again. So I read it second time. Second time also my brain is not accepting. Still, maybe you miss something. This is one scenario, this person says. Another scenario is, I read the question properly, but when I read the answer, I already forgot what I read in the question. Which means my brain doesn't know what for I'm reading this answer. I'm reading answer, my answer A, answer B, answer C, answer D. When I come to answer D, my brain is not really understanding what for I'm reading this answer. What was the question? So two ways is question itself, my brain is not accepting. Second one is when I come to answer, my brain don't remember the question. Do anyone relate to this? Is it also happening for some of us?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Sometime
happening.
happening in the
Yes.
second
Happening.
cases.
Which one?
When you
Scenario
read
one, scenario two?
scenario 2, when you read it after 3 times, we get confused. What we are reading, what we needed. So still we not find the keywords. So, and also we time already losing. So we get a little bit panic. So
Pressure. Yeah. I know we don't have a single line answer right now for this. I'm just trying to listen to you all. How can we do it better? Hmm. Okay. Okay. When I was practicing, I won't tell I'm an extraordinary person. But what I used to do is I build some story, some tough question, not all questions. Yeah, question when I read it first time, I start giving characters for that question. Okay, when they say a company, I'll put a company itself, X company somewhere in Mumbai, or Y company somewhere in New York. And they say person A, person B. I'll name some person. It takes extra 10 to 15 seconds for me, but this 10 to 15 seconds makes me to build a character. When I allow this character to interact, answering ability starts improving, or when I go to the answer, my brain remembers the question. One of the way which I have done some time back, but still, yeah, the problem is there. Okay, Abdul says I'm unable to mute. You mean unable to unmute? So I am posting my question here. In ACP, I see some calculation questions and mock exams for velocity, ROI, NPV, whether they will allow us to use paper and pen. Good, Abdul. So Abdul is appearing for PMI-ACP. ACP is Agile Certified Practitioner exam. Abdul, that is only a learning purpose. Some time back, we had a few questions in real exam of PMI-ACP where they asked a question on velocity. They give some numbers and ask you to put an average out of it. And then later, slowly they reduced it. And then this kind of complaint starts coming. I don't have a paper or stuff. But when you go to main exam, in the main exam, they will give you a plastic sheet with a marker pen. You can write. When you take exam from your home, you're not allowed to use your paper or anything. So this conflict is still there by ACP or PMP. However, last a few years, at least 1, 2 years, no one has said that they got a mathematical questions. So we didn't remove those questions, still we kept it for learning purpose. You learn it, but don't strain, leave it there. Okay. Since Abdul, you can't unmute it, just a question to you. When you are planning a PMI ACP exam, you can put in the chat box itself. The reason I'm asking here is exam pattern is changing by November. November 8th or 10th, they're going to change a paper. Earlier, I have planned for December. Okay, Abdul. So then you have to prepone the date. I was reading the article already as a trainer. PMI is in touch with me, or we are in touch with each other. PMI Institute already published the content, what they are going to go for the next one. They're dividing by 4 domains: agile mindset, leadership, product, delivery. For now, Abdul, you should have 7 domains. Is that correct? You should have 7 domains. 7 domains is made into 4 domains: leadership, agile mindset, product, and delivery. They are going very detailed. I'm expecting question paper is going to be more tough than before. So I would expect people who are preparing for ACP close the exam as early as possible. PMI has not clearly given a date when they're going to hit it, so that at least in November first week, I know something is going to come. Something is coming. I know that PMI is in touch, but they didn't declare the date yet. So be prepared, close the exam early. All right, that's about the Abdul. Shadab, I see your chat message. How PMP is not going to make any changes this year? Okay, by the way, Shadab, you should know that every 4 to 5 years they change. They don't fix a standard date, they change. Last time when they made a change, it was supposed to happen by 2020 June. What happened in 2020 June in the world? Where we are?
COVID pandemic.
We are all mouth shut, isn't it? People are talking less those days. You know that? Energy was less used. So that time PMI decided, let us not do in 2020, let's push the date. They pushed it another 6 months, and I think 2021, January 2nd, not January 1st, January 2nd, they started the new paper. So 2021 is gone, 22 is gone, 23 is gone. So we are 3.8 years right now. So I'm expecting they may start something in the beginning of next year. And PMI has this habit, specifically on PMP. PMP is a big piece of cake for them. So they will announce any changes 6 months before.
Okay.
6 months before they will announce it, and they start flashing information over all the portal, all the ways, and keep everyone who are prepared already first clear the exam. They allow them. They give them the date. Guys, we have a grace. Only after this happen, then only they'll flash the new question paper or new model. So they give enough time. This is a usual model because even though PMI Institute has a lot of exam, portfolio, risk management, agile management, discipline agile, however, PMI's big piece of money comes from where? Big piece of money comes from PMP. Their bread and butter is from PMP. So they will not do any drastic, uninformed changes. They will not do. If they do it, they lose the market. So they also know that market is very competitive. So they'll be very careful on what they are doing. Yeah. But still, let's get prepared. Something can come in 2025. I'm predicting something can be the January, February announcement. It's my prediction. Maybe go right or wrong. Good. Thanks all being here. And once again, I saw some more people joined right now. Quick check with you. Is anyone having an exam date with you before I go to the question paper? Anyone have a question exam date already in your mind? Uh-huh. Is anyone from August batch here?
Hi, Shri.
Who's that? Who's that?
My exam is scheduled on 5th of October. Yeah, this is
5th of
Pramila.
October. Pramila, 5th of October. So 6 days or 7 days.
Yes.
Pramila, I think you're in chat with me in the WhatsApp. What was your,
Yes.
how is your scores now? Is it changed after our last conversation?
Yes, I'm between 60 to 68%. I am going to give one more mock, so I'll let you know the scores.
How many full exams you have done?
So far, I have done 2.
Okay.
In which one was like 54, and latest one is 63, and another one I'm going to give.
Okay. Okay. Fine. I should have given you some more bullet points for the preparation. If not, I should share with you. Did I share the bullet points close to preparation? What all you have to do? No?
No.
No? Okay, then give me a message in the WhatsApp. I'll give you some bullet points what you have to work out towards examination. Check with you, Pramila. You should focus on 2 things. One is when you write a full exam, your time management, be cautious. When I say time management, you may go first 60 questions, 80 minutes of time or 85. If it is 80 minutes for the first 60 question, next 260 questions, you'll go for 75, 75. You got that? 80, 75,
Yeah.
75. Okay. I'm not saying you have to be so strict on this, but if you cannot do full exam practice, do 60 questions practice, have a timer in front of you, put your mobile timer. In fact, timer is running already in the ShriLearning portal. But if you feel you want to be very clear, have a timer in front of you. Follow that timer and make it that 80 minutes as a range, 80, 85. Don't go beyond that. This one area. Other area is, I would say that keep a score of 65, 68, 72. These are ranges. 65, 68, 72, decent range. Even if you drop, can go to 63. Below 63, constantly if you are getting, we have to rethink our exam data. Nothing wrong. You may need another 10 days of time. 10 days of time you may need. Maybe, yeah, $70 you have to pay to PMI because date change is happening. Constantly below 63 is, yeah, you can go to exam, but you're on a whole high risk. That day can be a great day. Sometimes it can be a poor day. Because there are question paper at times, they give very moderate question paper. They say that, you know what, ShriLearning papers are very tough, Shri. When you go to main exam, man, nothing was there. I would just click, 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 click. There are some people say that, you know what, Shri, main exam made me crazy, man. Super tough. So the range, what I'm saying is a 65, 68, 72. This is the ranges if you stay. 63 once in a while is okay. Below or on 63, constantly we are getting, we cannot go up means somewhere our subject knowledge is not clear. We didn't get that real knowledge very well. You got it, but the level is only 60% you got. 10% or 8% short knowledge. Short in knowledge. Or knowledge is good, but short in reading ability. The reading ability, we are getting distracted constantly. Our brain is not able to focus. Could be a reason. Not for Pramila, only for you. I'm just saying for everyone. You can assess yourself. Constantly 63 below, then there is something we have to work out. Push your date little more extra. That will give you a benefit. Coming back to Pramila. So where is the exam center for you?
It's in Mumbai, like on the.
You are aware of the center? Been there?
No, I had not been there, but
Okay.
yeah, most probably I visited nearby.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. People getting the exam, make
so
sure you're aware of the center. How far it is, how to reach there. If you're going by car parking. Should I worry about it? Of course. These are some of the risk management abilities. You have to think in advance what to do. Is everything going good on that day? Which means there is no any public blockers or something. You have to check everything. Be prepared. And ID cards. Pramila, did you check your name spelling and the application spelling correct?
yes, application site it is correct.
Very
Only
good.
I need to know what all documents do I need to carry on the day of exam.
You have to carry a photo ID and that photo ID with a signature. You should have a photo ID card, government approved photo ID card with your signature. So you know which ID card has your signature and photo. So carry that one and that should have a correct spelling as you give in an application form. If there is a mismatch into that, go to pmi.org. There is a live chat. In the live chat, you can let them know that there is a problem and they will fix it. So these all preliminary works to do a week before, not the last day, because a correction and changes can take a day of time. So before you go for exam 1 week before, please check those details. Take your photo ID with a signature and check the spelling, space, everything is correct. For example, Shriram Kumar. I put Shriram space Kumar. But when I go to passport, it is Shriram Kumar. It's an invalid ID. You know that? That space is an invalid ID. They rejected me. In one of the places, I said, no, it doesn't valid. So I have to give a name which has a right way. So check those small details also. You don't want to mess up on the exam hall checking all this information. It should happen a week before. So please work out on the center, work out on the ID cards, plan who is going to drop you, pick you if you're going with someone. Have a food items plan for you. Please don't go with empty stomach for the exam. This I see many people, they don't sleep well the previous night because they read up to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. And less sleep, less amount of food will exhaust you in the exam hall. Within 2.5 hours, you're dry, then you can't play the game. If somebody knows about the football or a cricket match, people have to have a proper diet, proper sleep. If not, you can't stand and play the ground. You need stamina. So for that, please have a proper food. 2 breaks are there for you. Every 60 questions, you get 10 minutes break. Carry something to eat. Usually recommend them to carry something gives glucose. Maybe an orange juice or a banana, or carry a Snicker bar chocolate, which gives good amount of glucose content. So carry that with you to drink in the break time. But still, not Shamila, Pramila will stay in connection. I'll give me a message on WhatsApp. I'll give you some points what to work out. Yep. Good wishes. Prepare carefully. Next 1 week, I believe you took some off from your office. You took break from your work.
No, Shri, like Friday I'll be having work from home. So
I would recommend to take a couple of days off.
that only one day I had to prepare.
Okay, if you are confident on yourself, that's fine. But I would say taking 2 days break is nice. It gives some sort of relaxation to think of your studies. Don't underestimate this exam. I'll be very putting things in advance. Anyone here, don't underestimate this exam. Don't be scared of the exam. Stay in the center. Don't scare, don't underestimate, because you're putting 50,000 rupees of your money, 3 months effort, and losing an exam will demotivate us for another 6 months. Another 3 6 months, you'll be demotivated. So when you plan something, plan very well. Put at least 2 3 days off. Inform your family, inform your corporate people if possible. Prepare properly, go for the exam, make it happen. Suddenly something I will do, it will clear. That will not work in this exam. I'll be very honest on this. Suddenly something I'll do will clear the exam. No, it won't work. It is only you're hitting on the wall, thinking that wall will break. No, our head only will break. So you have to be prepared on what to do for this. So if in case you have any doubts related to this, message me. I'll let you know that what all preparations you have to do. Yeah. Good enough. Then I'll go a little more further, start some questions. Good, Atal. Atal, you're getting to end of the month. Atal, you planned your date already? When you say end of month, tomorrow's end of the month. Atal Page Boy.
No, actually, it is end of October,
October you
not
want to say.
September. Yeah.
Sir,
So
okay, very
probably,
good.
I'll send you my application today, and I'm taking off just before Diwali, so that's what where I'm planning.
What is the Diwali date?
I think it's 29 or 30th. So I'm taking a full week off then. So just before Diwali, I plan to take it.
30th is Diwali. So it is Wednesday is coming, Diwali. So next month by this time. Okay.
Yeah.
So when is the exam date? Before that you want to do, right? 31st you want to do exam.
No, before that, I think probably it would be either Monday, Tuesday.
Monday. Will people, which city you are living, Atal?
Gurgaon.
Gurgaon. Do people allow you to read burning crackers?
No, it's not that problematic.
Yeah, you have to consider multiple factors. Huh?
Yeah.
New movies coming up, huh? Crackers coming up, sweets coming up. Okay.
Yeah, that's why before Diwali, not after Diwali.
Okay, it looks silly by now, but when you come to the exam, you'll feel that, oh my goodness, a lot of crackers, man. I should have planned before. Okay.
I have a 7-year-old kid, so crackers are not that bad.
Okay, I see the point. Okay, good wishes, Atal. Stay in touch.
Yeah, thank you. Sure, yeah.
Okay, Shadab says, I'll be preparing for the first mock test today. Good, Shadab, do it. Shadab, what is the strategy for the full exam? Time management.
Strategy mostly end of is full exam I'll give in October, end of October.
That is
I
main
want to
exam.
give main exam. Okay, main exam 23rd December 2024.
That's clear. I'm seeing a message says that I'll be appearing for my first mock exam today. Okay.
Yeah.
So question to you is, when you say first full exam, are you aware of your time management? What do you want to do?
No, I don't have that much of.
All right. Okay. Your exam is 230 minutes. In ShriLearning, 230 minutes plus 20 minutes break will be included. When the clock starts running, it will be 230 minutes plus 20 minutes break. Every 60 questions, you should cautiously take a break on your own. When you come to 60th question, stop it, go for a walk, drink something, come back and sit after 7 or 8 minutes. Again, you will take another break in 120 question. Is it clear?
Yeah. So one thing, so it's like 40, 60, 40, right? You said it like first 40%. I remember like in our last class, like first we start with the 40 question and then 60% like that.
Okay, then I think you're not going for full exam. Okay, let me explain this.
No, I'm not going
Okay.
for full exam today.
Okay. I saw your first mark, then I thought it is 180. It's not 180. So in our system, what we do here is we have 10 question paper, 10 questions question paper, 40 questions question paper, 60 questions question paper, 180 questions question paper. So if I observe with you, I believe you are going for a 40 questions or a 60 questions. Is it correct?
40 question. 40 question.
Okay. Then I don't think you have to stress on time management right now. Focus on 40 questions, do well. That's sufficient.
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good. Quickly, I'll learn to Javid. Javid says, I'm planning on book exam on 14th of October. Javid, if your 14th of October is your main exam, you should have already started your practice exams. Is it happening?
Yes, Shri.
Okay. How many full exams you have done so far?
I have done 3 exams.
Nice.
And
Are we connected?
my scores are actually 58, 60, and 74.
74. When was the 74 happened? First, second, third?
Third attempt yesterday.
Ah, that's a good shot, man. Third exam is a bit tough exam.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I gave it twice actually.
Uh-huh.
In my first attempt it was 60, and in the
Okay.
second attempt it was 74.
Oh, second attempt that you took. Kind of a
Yeah.
question getting repeated for you.
Yeah.
Then we shouldn't totally count it, but don't want to ignore it also. Have you found your gray spots where you are not scoring well?
Sorry, I didn't listen.
I mean, you know which area you're losing your scores. Agile, people area, risk management, where you're losing your scores.
Agile,
Agile losing. Which industry you're working for?
IT.
IT, man. From IT, you should not tell Agile losing. In IT, you're practicing Agile already?
Yeah.
Okay. It's tough, right? Because that Agile, what we do in office is different. Book says is different. Is it right?
Yes. That's what
Okay.
happened.
Okay. Which book you are referring for Agile?
Agile Practice Guide.
Nice. That's a good book. Continue with that.
Yeah.
What you can do is we have Agile question papers, questions.
Right.
I would expect you to sit and do those questions and tune the gray spots.
Okay.
Number one. Number two is there are 12 principles in Agile, which you can
Right.
read in Google also, scrum.org or any Google website. I'm not asking you to read the 12 principle itself. I want
Right.
you to read the explanation for these principles.
Okay.
If I have 12 principles, at least 8 principles, I will know the full explanation what it means.
Okay.
Because in exam, they're not going to ask the principle. They're going to ask the actual implementation of this particular principle.
Okay. Right.
PMI question paper or PMI-ACP question paper, nothing will come from the books. Then why
Okay.
we're reading the books? We're reading the books to understand what it is. But what PMI is going to ask you is when you apply, how it will be.
Okay.
They're going to check your application knowledge. So when I say application knowledge, they'll ask when. When you're a project manager, when there is a project manager, how this will be applied. There won't be any question, what is Razy chart? No. It's all going to be when you apply, what's going to happen.
Well,
So
okay.
I would expect you to please spend time to listen, read those principles. Can you do that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And
Yeah.
stay in touch with me on your scores. We have to little bit tune in the next 10 days.
Right. I'll be sharing with you the stats for the exam for 40 and 60 questions also.
Exactly. Do that. And I'll give you some bullet points to work out.
Sure.
Same for Pramila. Last ask with you. Which city you are living, Javid?
Pune.
Pune. Did you check your exam center?
Yes, it's actually close by near my house.
Near your place. Very
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
You know the travel, you know what to do, ID card. I just explained to Pramila. Probably you got all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was about to ask you, but I just
Yes.
heard you and
Yep.
Pramila.
Definitely we'll have a phone call before your exam. I'll do phone
Right.
call with everyone who's going for exam. I definitely do it. But
Right.
don't underestimate this preliminary works. This is all you should do.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very important. If I have a paper and put a tick mark, this done, this done, this done, this done. Yeah.
Right.
So that
Right.
your mind is clear. On that last 2 days, your brain should think only how to solve the question. Nothing to worry about car parking, cab booking, food packing, ID card, no, nothing. This all should be already done.
Right, right. And
Yeah.
one thing I need to ask that I have taken 2 weeks off from the work.
Ah,
So how should I go about it? Means should I
2 weeks
read?
off.
Should I
Man,
practice mocks?
such a romantic company work. 2 weeks off for the exam. Huh? Who's that?
I actually saved leaves for this. Only.
Really, you are in a good company, huh? They're giving because they're
Actually, I
sitting in a,
haven't tell told them the reason.
you said you're getting married, huh?
Kind of.
Our people build a story, and that story is so unique, huh? Nobody can touch it. Credit goes to Bollywood, huh? Okay, good. Whatever it is, and 2 weeks is a good time, okay?
Yeah.
But one thing problem with the too much of holiday is we get diluted also.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so be little careful on putting a schedule for all the days and start working. Except
Right,
food and sleep, your brain should not think anything, only on the exam.
right, right. So should I read more or practice mocks?
Practicing, finding the gray spots is important. Since you said Agile is not going well, I'll be a bit
Yeah,
worried on your people management knowledge also.
right, right,
If somebody has Agile problem, they'll also have a problem in people area because
right.
both are a bit interlinked, connected. So in
Okay,
Rita 11th edition, if you go to a chapter called leadership,
right.
okay, you can read the
Okay,
chapter of leadership, you can read Agile practice guide. These two can connect with you, can start
okay.
improving your scores. Yeah.
Right, right. Yes.
Cool. Stay in
Thank you.
touch. Stay in touch.
Yeah.
Let's quickly walk to a couple of more, then I go to question paper. Abdul Razak. These breaks are available even for PMI-ACP. Can we stop on our own or continue after 2 hours? Okay. Abdul Razak.
Yeah,
Abdul,
Shriram, I can able to hear you now. So
very good, Abdul. Very good, Abdul. So, Abdul, are you aware of what is the total number of questions in exam?
yeah, it's 120.
120 questions. And what is the time?
Time
180 minutes,
3 hours. Okay.
which is 3 hours.
Hmm.
So, your ACP exam is 120 questions, 180 minutes. Have you practiced any full exam?
Actually, I started learning from last 1 month, so I able to complete all your videos.
Then you go for it. Okay, don't do a full exam right now. Do
Right.
short exams.
Hmm.
Full exam will be 180 questions and it is going to be 3 hours of time. However, there's a problem in this exam. PMI Institute has not given any official break,
Okay.
which means you have to sit for 3 hours in one stretch. Now, what is my recommendation? In the last few months and few weeks, there are few people cleared a PMI ACP. One recommendation I'll give to them is when you come to 60th question, 60, you yourself stop the exam and go for a break. Give us 7 minutes of break worth investment. 5 to 7 minutes worth investment. How it works? If you are on a center-based exam, you can raise your hands and they'll tell what do you want. They say I want to go for the break. They'll just switch off the monitor or lock the monitor, which means your main clock is still running. On the expense of your time, you have to go for the break.
Okay.
If
But
you ask me, is it worth? I will tell you, is it worth?
okay, thank you. But how about taking the marks exam from ShriLearning tool? So there also can we stop
Yeah,
for
you
some time
no,
and
we
go
don't
back?
give. Yeah, we don't give that pass.
Okay.
It continuous. However, it is in the main exam, the full exam, we can add a few minutes. Probably we'll check with the team to do that part so that you will have extra time if you want to take a break. But the main exam, since you don't give the break time, we don't want to give that buffer here. It is on your expense you are going, which means the clock keep going on. The clock is going on, you have to go for the break and come back. So you have to calculate that in main exam, I'm going to lose 7 minutes for my break. So you have to keep that in mind while you're practicing, which means when you practice, you will always take a break after 60th question.
Okay, and sorry, I'm taking more time. So as you
Yeah.
mentioned, so course is going to change, and we have to complete maybe somewhere before now, 8th of November.
Mm.
So hardly I have 1 month. So currently I'm still in reading stage. So I didn't go for 40 questions. I didn't go for full exam questions.
Mm.
Within a 1 month, still I need to apply also. I didn't pay money also. So whether this 1 month is enough, considering I'm spending 3 hours daily.
First, let me know that that PMI Institute has not given a date. Before this, you have to close the exam. They didn't tell anything on this, which
Oh.
means even the paper changes for the people who are preparing, they will give few months of time. They will not rush because there are people preparing for this. This paper pattern, what you're practicing, is from 2011. So how many years back?
Okay.
It's nearly 13, at least 13 years, right? At least 11, 12, 13 years timeline. So when they want to change it, they'll give some grace time to clear the examination. So far, PMI has not announced it. Only we come to know that November 8th, something is changing. That's what we know. The next point here is, what industry you're working for, Abdul?
IT.
IT. In IT, what kind of role you're playing?
Currently, I'm playing the role of Agile coach.
Agile coach. Very
Care
good.
of
So,
Scrum Master for a couple of projects.
Scrum Master. Have you been worked in a lean or a Kanban model?
No, only Kanban and Scrum.
Scrum and Scrum. That's fine. Kanban and Scrum is very good. Now, why I ask this question is, for a person working in IT, for a person who knows Scrum and Kanban, this paper should not be tough. Only thing is, you have to keep your mind broader, as you learn in the videos which I shared with you. You have to think that lean management, big circle is a lean management. Inside lean only we have Scrum and Kanban. That thought process should come.
Correct.
Once you get that, it takes hardly 3-4 weeks to pick up the rhythm.
Okay.
Yeah. What you can do here is you can practice those question papers and share me the scores. That can let me know where are you, what is your level of knowledge, where you can improve.
I will do that. Sir. Thanks.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay, good. Quickly. Yes, Shatab, you have a question. What is that?
Shri, I've just started the schedule chapter in Rita 11. I just want one suggestion from you. Like in this chapter, we do have certain. Mostly, I'm just seeing that it is talking about some project management software which the project management generally use, or the team when working on a project. I understand like leadership is important, and then scope, WBS, everything. But regarding schedule chapter, it generally deals with the software things which is like already there in our systems. So coming to concept wise, like how much attention or how much in deeply I should focus on this, these charts and everything, from exam point of view, like there are formulas as well.
Okay. Your question is, what should I ignore for preparation?
Yeah, kind of.
That's a question you want to ask, right? So ask here is, PMI Institute is not off late last 1 year, not interested much on forward pass, backward pass calculation. They are not interested on too detailed calculation on critical path method. So anything formula oriented calculation in schedule management, PMI Institute is showing very less interest. Rather, they ask for the application knowledge, where and how it can be used in the system. They can talk about EVM. EVM stands for Earn Value Management. There they talk about SPI, Schedule Performance Index. If a schedule performance index is less than 1, what is the interpretation? With this interpretation, what kind of decision you should make? That kind of question can come. So they are not interested on how to calculate this SPI. No, that they are not interested. Some years back, they were interested on those calculations, but now they're interested on how this number should be interpreted. If you want to know how this number should be interpreted, you should know how it has been calculated. Isn't it? Without knowing how it's being calculated, the interpretation is wrong. So you have to read it. It is not called deep knowledge. It's called understanding knowledge. You understand it. And then when you practice the question, in the question you'll start seeing that if a team is working and their SPI is zero 0.8 and the project should be delivered in 4 sprints from now, or 4 release from now, or 4 phases from now, how it's going to work. And the customer is not ready to give more time, what you will do? Should I use a compression technique? If when I do a compression technique, more people will be added. When I add more people, money is needed. So kind of understanding that is needed. For this reason, definitely you should read through the concepts, but not spending too much of time on all these number calculations. That's a message.
Sure, sure. Krishna. Yeah.
Perfecto. Okay, let's move quickly. Pramila, what's your question?
Shri, like I want to get confirmation on the timing part. So for the break, will it start with like 250 minutes and we need to take out 10 minutes from there, or it will stop the watch like after 60 minutes, 60 questions, it will stop
Okay,
for
okay.
10 minutes.
Yeah, this is one of the key topic we discuss in the class usually. Let me reiterate some of the points. The exam works like this. 230 minutes is given in the exam. And when it comes to 60th minute, the main clock stops. Exam main clock will stop, freeze. and a small timer will start running, and that is only a 10-minute timer. And this a 10-minute timer runs in your system. When it comes to 9 minute 59 seconds, and this clock dies, small clock dies, main clock starts running.
Okay.
Yeah. So same way, 120th question, the main clock, wherever it is, freeze. It will freeze. And the small clock will appear and it will run over 9 minutes 59 seconds and it stops there and it is closes, main clock starts running. So every time main clock will freeze, small clock will run. Got that?
Okay, got it.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you.
By the way, keep in mind, PMI don't restrict time on you. PMI give 230 minutes and leave it to you. You have to balance. I can use all my 4 hours for one set of 60 questions. I can do a 60 question in 60 minutes also. It's up to me. Time management is our responsibility. PMI don't interfere into that at all. However, whenever you come to 60th question, I can come to 60th question in 60 minutes. I can come to 60th question in 150 minutes. It's up to me because I paid the money. So it's up to you. And they leave it. But when it comes to that point, they'll give a break. But that break is also optional. They'll ask you yes or no. If you click no, the small clock will come and disappear and the next main clock starts running. But a high recommendation is
Okay.
please utilize this break. This break is optional. Because you skip the break, PMI will not give you extra 10 minutes. Some may think that, okay, I'll skip the break. I will use that break to solve the question. It looks very clever thought process. If that's the case, everyone will use that, right? So it doesn't make sense at all. Break is a break. Use it. If you don't use it, it's a loss. If you don't use it, it's our loss. It goes off. Okay? Good. Okay, last one. Pratiksha, what is the question there? Oh, Paritam, you asking something? Okay, someone is speaking there. Okay, Pratiksha is saying that I'm planning.
not asking.
Okay, fine, Paritam. Pratiksha says I'm planning to exam for 14th October. Hey, nice, Pratiksha. So how is your preparation? How many practice exams you've done? Pratiksha, if you're online, maybe you're on mute mode.
Hi, Shri.
Yep. Hey.
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible now.
Yeah. I have completed
Oh,
full
that's good.
mocks 20%.
Okay.
And currently I'm practicing 60 questions. I'll
Very
share
good.
the slide with you.
Yes, very good. Very good.
Yeah, I got 180 questions. First mock I got 63, then 59, and third I got 72.
How come third 72? What magic?
In last week I gave third mock. At that time I got 53, and yesterday again after I reviewed question last Sunday only, and yesterday again I repeated the third mock.
Second time. Okay. Okay. What was the gap area?
1 week.
And what is the gap in the knowledge? Where you found the gap?
Process domain.
Okay. 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 So your average looks between a 62 and 59. Keeping your 14-15 days closer, I would say we have to work out on see those gap areas. How is your time management, Pratiksha, on these exams?
In 60 questions, I am able to complete exam within 75 minutes.
Very good.
And full marks, I'm struggling with the review part.
Review part. What do you mean by review part?
I mean, if I mark question for review, then I'm not able to review at the end.
Okay.
Last 60 questions.
I understand. I understand. When you say end, what do you mean by end? 60, 120, 180. Where is the end for you?
180.
180. Are you aware that in main exam, every 60 questions will be locked?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm giving the exam likewise. I review first 60 questions before the break.
Very
First
good.
break. Then
Very
I review second set before second break.
Very good. Very good. I think you are pretty knowledgeable there. I really appreciate it. So every 60 questions will be locked if somebody is aware of it. If you want to review something, review before that, moving before the break. Coming back to your Pratiksha, Time management sounds good. Your scores are fine. Keeping exam date in 2 weeks from now. Since the time
Yeah.
management is good, I don't want you to strain much on full exams. In
Okay.
another 2 weeks, take one more full exam should be sufficient for you. Since time management is good, okay.
Okay.
What you can, what recommendation is? Did I give you some bullet points to focus?
No, we
No,
haven't
then I
discussed yet.
not discuss. Okay, give me a message on WhatsApp. I should give you some
Yes.
bullet points. My intention would be is taking 60 questions and tuning the gray areas to improve the level there.
Okay.
Yeah, that should be the focus area for you. By now, you should know which area you're constantly making mistakes. Maybe agile,
Yes.
maybe vendor management. Somewhere you can't repeatedly you do the mistake in the same place. So
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you know
I'm
those,
struggling with procurement part mainly.
which area?
Procurement.
Procurement. Okay. So what you have done for that to improve? Have you done anything to improve? You are on mute, Pratisha.
Yeah, yeah. I'm constantly reading the questions which are
Uh,
attempted
uh,
on that domain.
okay. Okay. I would request you to review those questions and see what is the gray spots. Either subject knowledge is not there, or maybe we read the question in the wrong direction. That you have to
Yeah,
check.
I get confused between the contract type.
Context. Okay. Okay. Read it and listen to one of our class recording video. Either you can listen to the August batch or even before batch. Listen to that video. Chances are you may get the connection back again.
Okay,
Okay.
okay. Yeah, yeah.
All right. I think that's a good conversation. I believe we made a long conversation today, listening all of you. I see at least 3, 4 people are close to the exam now. Thanks for first stepping up to tell you're going for exam. Because there is one worry for people. Should I tell this now in front of everyone? Nothing wrong here. Okay, there are millions of people don't even know they have to improve in their career by reading. Only hundreds of people think about it. You are part of that. So feel proud of that first. In hundreds of people, only 10% go to the exam. So you are already part of that. In 10%, only 3% book the date. You are top already in the life. Are you aware of this? If you're sitting online here means you're already a cream person in the world. So feel happy what you're doing. No need to be shy. Do what you think is good for you. Keep moving forward. Because there are a number of people in career growth don't even know they have to read. I'm not telling for PMP. Let it be any certificate, any learning, they didn't know that. If you're doing, feel happy, you're doing good job. And if you have an exam date and you have booked it, I'm sure you're in the top category. However it is, till going to the finish line, I would expect you to be fully energetic and focus on it. Before completing the finish line, I don't want you to lift your hands. So let's focus on it. Stay in touch. Keep communicating with me what's happening on a constant basis so that I can reply to you and let's connect and find out the gap area to improve it. And for your happy information, last 1 week I have at least 4 or 5 people, I don't exactly the number, who cleared the examination. And everyone gave the same dialogue. The exam is very moderate, not tough, not too low. It's moderate, right? But they all did a good preparation, groundwork. Then only they cleared the examination. Cool enough. Let's get to the question paper. Today, I think we spend more time on listening to you, but I feel excited listening to you. Was it useful? Do anyone get some information today? Exam preparation information?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes this is also needed, right? Okay,
Yes.
good. What I do is, I'm a bit concerned. Did I share this question before? Boo, boo, boo. I have some question papers with me. Question going to share with you. What I'll do here is I'm going to check out the part of sharing question with you. Get ready and share your answers. We'll do a short discussion on this question paper. Here it is. You have to choose one answer out of it. Take time, read carefully, use the elimination techniques and go for the answer. People watching from YouTube, you can also give your answers. Let's give a few more seconds for people to read the question.
And can we just request everyone to maybe answer once, maybe after a certain time, because I was reading through the question, I started seeing answers.
You have a chat mute option. Yeah, that's also a good request, but yeah, check it out.
Okay.
I know it's a bit distracting.
Okay, yeah, found it. Thank you.
I have received an alphabet, one alphabet, only one. Wow. Everyone with the same alphabet. What about the people from YouTube? What are they doing there? People from YouTube, what's your alphabet there? Okay, one alphabet. Let's start some discussion here. First ask question. By the way, there is a good request. When people are reading the question, quickly see the answer is getting destructive. So I know it's a bit tough, but there are some people who are fast learners, fast answers. We couldn't stop them. Recommendation is in Zoom, there is an option. You can mute the chat message so that you don't get a pop-up and go disturbed. Yeah, please try that option for people. Now, as we do, we'll start with the question itself before we go to the answer. As a recommendation, I'll ask people to tell me what is the key thing in this question, key term you felt that made you to think in this question.
Project
Intellectual
sponsor
property ownership.
encourages. Project sponsor is encouraging to continue the project. I feel like it is also important.
Project sponsor encourages. Okay. Encouraging.
Competitor company's lawyer.
IP violation.
IP violation. I'm sorry, I heard one other voice before this. What is that? Lawyer. Company's lawyer demands surrender of the product. Is that what someone said?
Yes.
Company's lawyer. Let's see the importance of these words. What is this? What is this word importance in this question? Violation. Chintamani.
So there are like some legal actions can be taken because we have violated, as per their stand, we have violated some of their intellectual properties.
Okay. So yeah, competitor companies is saying, do we need to worry about that?
At least we should do our homework and make sure that things are not violated at our end, and reciprocative legal action can be taken by our legal team.
Meeting pop-up hour 5 minutes.
What is that? I didn't hear you. Okay. Coming back here, this is a competitor company. Should I consider this person part of stakeholder?
It can be. Yes, can be.
What kind of stakeholder?
I mean,
positive, negative?
Negative.
No, we cannot say as a negative always.
In this case, they feel so.
In this case, positive, negative.
I mean, it's an IP violation, intellectual property right. So we cannot conclude that it is negative only just because they are accusing something. But they may have certain, it's a stakeholder, so their expectation and everything need to be considered, like in case if it is stakeholder for our project.
Okay. So
I mean, their requirements.
Okay. I'm seeing you as a person, you don't want to conclude whether it's positive or negative. You keep it neutral.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other views in this room about the stakeholder first, before we go to the concept itself? Stakeholder. What kind of stakeholder?
I would agree that it can be positive or negative. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, I think the stakeholder that is known is only a negative story. It's a competitor. So there is no way he would want you to succeed. So you would only look at him as a negative stakeholder. Whether it is
Okay.
intellectual property right or not is immaterial. Even if it is not there, he would not want you to succeed.
Hmm. Competitor. Okay, let's put a situation now. What is currently going well in the market? Let's imagine some new new AI based artificial intelligence based machine. A machine, okay? In AI based machine, this machine will clean the garden. Okay, AI based machine to clean the garden. I'm just throwing some idea. And you are coming with a prototype for it. I think this is a key area, right? Prototype. So now for which there's an X company and yours is a Y company and you are the manager here. Okay, manager here. Now X and Y company. So X company says that, hey, there is an intellectual IP violation here, specifically used without permission. Without permission. Do you think this will go to some financial implications? Will it happen? If it is proven in the court, will you get into pay some money? They sue you, possible?
Possible.
They can sue you, right? So when such a notice comes in, we are still here to conclude whether this person is doing for the happiness. Is it for the happiness of your company or something unhappiness? We don't know what it is. In a letter addressed to the CEO, the address is not coming to the project manager, it goes to top level, CEO. The competitor's company lawyer demands a surrender of the prototypes on all collateral containing the IP. Imagine you made a machine, there is a big machine, this machine can run through the garden and clean the garden. We don't know what kind of garden, it's a big lawn, it could be a small house, I didn't talk about it, but it includes something called AI component. This AI component is an intellectual property, you cannot use it, something is patent is there. The project sponsor encourages, who is the project sponsor? The sponsor for this. So we introduce another character called Z. The project sponsor says that project manager to keep working and deliver the product as planned. Now there is a character X, there is a character Y, there is a character Z. Okay. So you both are working together, Y and Z. X is the person making complaint. Now on top of that, another person involved, that's called the CEO, who is there. Okay, involved. Now in this case, they're asking, what should the manager do here? Before even you start getting detail into it, let's understand there are some situations happening. First question to you, is this a situation possible in the real world? Is it possible? Can this happen or is it artificial?
it can happen.
It can happen. Okay. Now, as a PMI institute, when they throw this question for a person who read this books, concepts, ideas for 3 months, what would be an expectation by a PMI? That's PMI mindset. What they would have expected from you in this question? They want you be ethical. Are they looking for your ethical behavior?
Maybe risk management.
Ethical. Second one is risk management. Okay. What are the areas they want from you? Anything else PMI want from you? PMI mindset, what they want? One is risk, one is ethical. What else?
Critical thinking.
Critical thinking. What is critical thinking? Facts-based thinking. Facts-based. Okay. So risk, ethical, critical thinking. Okay. I feel like a risk is going to be a very big piece in this area. Do you think this?
Communication as well, I think.
Okay.
Communication.
Communication. How about stakeholder?
Yeah.
Do we need to be aware of stakeholders, right? Stakeholder management. So it is not one chapter. You should know stakeholder management, you should know communication management, you should know risk management, you should know ethical behavior. So a combination of things of knowledge can help you to answer this question. It is not a one chapter question. Okay. Why I'm sharing this is in exam, you're not going to ask risk management questions, communication management questions. No, it's a mix of things, right? It's a mix of knowledge. For reading purpose, they logically divided, called as a stakeholder, communication, risk, agile. It's a logical separation. But when you use it, it's a mix of all. Okay. Now, PMI looks, you should have knowledge in these areas. Beyond this also can be there, but at least in this area. Here, they didn't tell what specific project. They mentioned there is a project. Now, question to you. Is this project started, happened, happening, or will happen? Past, present, future?
Started because they're asking us to surrender prototypes.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Is it a prototype? Is a project starting stage or already involving? What is the stage of prototype?
Execution, it is.
It's a model of the product, it seems, that has been developed actually, just for like in the agile thing we do prototyping.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's more like an MVP.
MVP, minimum viable. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Proto could be a miniature, isn't it? Miniature. POC is proof of concept. We see, will it work? Proof of concept can be from the lab. From the lab, people sit and test, will the machine work in this way? Prototype is how it look like. If I make a real machine like this, how does it look like? I can have some basic motors, basic intelligence, and make it run. Now, this X company who is going to sue a case on you, they're saying that specifically use without permission. You didn't ask me. You started using it. In a letter, they sent to CEO, not to your manager, not to the sponsor, CEO of the company who is doing the job. Surrender the prototype and all collateral containing the IP, right? The project sponsor encourages the project manager to keep working on it. Now, the question is struggling between intellectual property and should we continue this project or stop the project? Okay, now after this, we got some idea what's happening. PMI is expecting you to have a risk management, communication management, stakeholder management in your mind. Now let's go to the answers. Which answer doesn't make sense to the whole context here? Some answer doesn't make sense at all. What is that?
D. Stop all work.
D.
A.
I hear D also. Is it D?
Yes.
Okay, I'm seeing D goes out. A goes out?
A.
A
Yeah.
also, yes.
Uh-huh. Stop all work until the legal issue is resolved. Why we think this will go out?
I mean, the sponsor is the person who protects the project, it seems. He's the he is funding everything. He is more in a hierarchy level, I must not say, like he is at least above the project manager in terms of decision making things and all. And if he's saying, then I don't think so, like everything should be stopped.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, I see the point there. Okay, then why D goes out? Initiating a cost-benefit analysis. Any idea why it doesn't make a good answer there? Doesn't look like a good answer. Why so?
Because that would not be the first thing we should be doing.
No,
And also,
it's-
we would not be having
See,
much knowledge on the legal environment. The project manager wouldn't have much expertise on the legal
no.
stuff.
I feel, see, cost benefit analysis is
Ah.
when you recognize, yes, it is an IP variation. How much will they sue me for? Is it worth going in spite of that? So it is unethical. That means you know it is an IP variation and you're calculating and seeing how much you have to pay for it if you go ahead. So that just means it is unethical. It is clear cut that you're accepting, yes, it is an IP variation. Only then you'll do a cost benefit analysis.
Okay. Okay.
Cost benefit analysis, I think it is a part of schedule management. Now we are in an issue, so we have to yeah, is that correct?
Let me ask this question way. Like Rex, I think you got a good point. Let me put the question this way. Now you have to surrender your prototype and collateral containing the IP. Now, by surrendering this, do you think the project will proceed the same way you planned already? Or
No, it will not.
because of violation, there is going to be a permission issue because of which something going to happen. Even though sponsor says you can proceed, it could be a company, it could be individual, he or she. Do you think some impact will be in the project? Okay, then let me leave that. I'm not going to trouble that. I take A out, I take D out. And the majority or everyone went with the answer is B here. I'm seeing this as an answer. Can one of you speak up why you thought B is a good answer? Who want
I
to
think
speak?
as a project manager,
Ah.
you can leave it to the legal team to decide what is correct or not, and
Ah.
see if the accusation. I mean, as a project manager, you may or may not know if there is a really a violation of an IP. So let the legal team look into it, understand it, and see what can be done. I mean, I don't see a point of stopping a prototype just because based on a assumption or anything, or surrendering just based on an assumption.
Okay,
Or
stop.
assumption of acquisition.
Okay,
I
okay.
see the SM is like a keyword in the answer, so I selected. So SM is the right person to the project either can execute or stop
Legal
it.
subject
SMP will
matter.
give a right answer.
So you
that's
want
why
a
I selected
legal,
B.
okay, legal person should be involved. That's a thought.
Not need not be legal. A subject matter expert could be an IP expert because might be many minor variations. So probably somebody who can check and see what has been registered as their IP and if it is sufficiently different from their IP. So somebody who is a real expert can find out whether it is exactly the same thing what we are working on, whether they have discovered it before and got a IP for that.
In YouTube also I'm seeing answer B going there. But maybe one ask to you people, everyone here, the project sponsor encourages the manager to keep working and deliver the product as planned. There is no date change here. When they say planned date, they want to continue with, I mean, planned means I think they're going to talk about all the 6 constraints, right? You talk about whatever you plan for time, money, energy, all the stuff. Keep working. When they say keep working, is this also part of keep working?
Yeah, I mean, even when we are consulting a SME, we can still be the team can still keep working.
I call you for reading the.
Okay. Just a second. I'm getting fluctuation in the screen. You keep continuing the conversation. So you feel it's a keep working is part of the project, which means it can proceed on this direction. There is no change on it. Is it understanding right?
Yeah, so I guess here, Shri, the concept of risk delegating or putting the risk to the other parties, just like we put this risk to insurance companies, right? We
Yeah.
are putting our risk, like our project related risk, to a legal team here, like which is SME legal team, and then we can continue as a project manager. We can continue on our Scrum or our path, whichever iteration we are doing.
Okay, I see the point. I see the point. Is it part of things what we discussed a few minutes back? I asked what PMI mindset. Now, PMI mindset is, I heard one person said they want you to know whether you are a risk management person. PMI want to know, is your communication clear? PMI want to know, is your stakeholder management clear? Is anything met here by this answer? One or two?
Yeah, because consulting a legal SME would may mitigate or avoid some risk. Like there is a risk we have violated the IP. So if we consult, it can may some of the
Okay.
requirements or something like that. Yeah. And
Okay.
communication here is like we should be very clear about our expectation as well as the expectation of our competitor. Like we have violated, so that also can be
Okay. So
assessed.
if I'm working with an automated garden cleaning machine, I should have anticipated this kind of risk could happen. and I should have been prepared with my SME also in my list. Is this the understanding by the team here? When I say stakeholder, I should be prepared. Some of the legal teams also should be in touch for me. I should be aware of it, isn't it? Do you think answer B will be a surprise, or should I be prepared for it?
I think should have been. I mean, it's already a part of risk mitigation understanding,
Isn't it?
yeah.
Is it called project management mindset? I should not tell on the last day, oh, really? I never know this. That's a big surprise, right? By the way, in the YouTube, I'm seeing Sudip says C could be an answer. Sudip cannot speak up because he's watching from YouTube. C. In C, it says meet with the team to decide on continuing the work. Do you think it's also a straight answer to tell go do the job? Will it have any problem if I do with a C? Even though Sudeep can't answer, do anyone have a contradicting different thoughts here in the room?
Yes. See, like we cannot decide with the team because it's here, the lawyers are involved, legal matters. So we cannot expect everyone in the team that they can be the expert of their work, but not everybody can be like a legal implication of the violation that the competitor company has posed.
What if you do like that, which means this legal issue has come in, the notification has come to CEO. Knowing this, if I continue with the team, do you think kind of a trust level starts going bit low in the team? Will it impact the trust of the team? Which means the transparency level can be bit less, or team feels bit insecure that we didn't take the right steps, but we are moving forward in implementation. I'm not sure the project will be successful. This kind of conversations have you heard?
So
I don't see it to be a point, given that already a subject matter expert is looking into it.
Okay. All right. Why I'm trying to try different angles is I want to check out how we are thinking in the exam perspective, not only exam in the real life perspective. I'm seeing majority of them are aligning with the B, saying that, hey, I see this risk could happen. In fact, this will be one of my risk mitigation strategy was written in my risk registered in the month of January when we signed the project. Today we are in the month of March or April, where we come with the prototypes, and in 3 months of duration, we got a notice from the competitor who says it's a violation, but we anticipated it. So what was action here? I'm going to consult my legal department, which is part of my risk mitigation strategy written in the risk register. By this, I keep communicating to my respective stakeholders that there is a situation they have to be involved. By also, I'm keeping my stakeholder engaged. Even though competitor could be a negative stakeholder or a positive stakeholder, I'm not ignoring their request. I'm not shooting down what they asked. At the same time, there is a CEO involved who is a high power, low interest stakeholder. Do anyone remember that grid? High power, high interest? Power interest grid. Do you remember that in stakeholder management?
Yeah, stakeholder
Yeah.
engagement. Yeah.
Can I call my CEO as a high power and low interest person in a project?
Yes.
And if a high power, low interest person or a high power, high interest person come to know that there is an IP violation, a company like Amazon, a company like a Google, where hundreds and thousands of projects going on, if right time communication, right time of stakeholder management doesn't happen, it's a very high possible they shut down the project. They will say, no, let's stop it. You cannot explain them later point. It's gone. Okay, let's go and see what's the right answer. And the answer goes to B, as majority have chosen it. Then why we took this much of time to beat the bush? The reason here is I want to see, are you really understanding the question what they're asking for? The moment you read the question, your brain should have processed already risk management, communication management, stakeholder management, and forecasting on can I complete it with the plan. If I want to do that, and rightly someone said SME is important because it is not my area of expertise. I need someone to give an advice. The project manager should seek advice from the legal department. The severity of the situation requires a leadership. Look at here, severity. And the facilitation of the project manager, not the consensus of the team. Rightly, somebody said the team cannot do anything here. The project should continue as the legal experts investigate the claim and the matter is hopefully resolved. Really? Yeah, hopefully. Maybe it can go wrong direction also. The cost benefit analysis would help to determine the potential benefit of continuing in the case of liability and financial penalty occurs. All right. Now, this question, do you think it needs line-to-line reading knowledge in the book or understanding a project management concepts? Which one can help you to solve this question?
Second
Line
one.
Concepts.
Concepts, right? If someone says, Shri, you know what? I memorized every line in risk management. I'm ready to solve this question. Yeah, nice. You memorize. I'm appreciating. Nice. But that alone will not help to solve this question. Do anyone feel like that? You should have a holistic view. Will you agree for that? You need a holistic view of scope management, risk management, communication management, stakeholder engagement. Can you tell me back again, how many stakeholders involved in this question alone? How many people involved? How many stakeholders
3.
involved? 3?
Company head, CEO, and
3.
project
Okay.
sponsor sometimes can be also a stakeholder, maybe like sometimes.
Okay. Let me put numbers here. I see 2. And then
Even the legal department.
Yeah. Yes. 4.
Sponsor is a
4.
3. And you are the 4. And legal department 5.
Yes.
Isn't it?
5.
When this is all happening, should you keep your team also informed of what's happening?
Absolutely, yeah.
Become 6.
Yes.
Isn't it? So, should I learn communication management n into n minus 1 divided by 2? I memorize this formula, man. I can close my eyes and tell the formula. N into n minus 2, n into n minus 2, n into n minus. Yeah, it'll help you. But if I don't understand there are these many stakeholders and I should know how to handle it, I believe I lost the whole game of management. And this is what PMI is looking from us in the exam hall. Yes, you should know this. I'm not denying it. But am I aware of how these stakeholders in this, who is key, who is not key? For example, I should know the stakeholder matrix. One is a power, other one is a interest. Isn't it? In this interest, I'll put a quadrant like this. I will tell high power, high interest, low power, low interest, where this guy will stand. But see, in exam, 1 minute, you want me to do all this calculation? Come on, man. Yeah, that is a skill set we develop, right? That's why they give you a certificate called PMP. What PMP stands for? Project Management Professional. I don't want a doctor sitting in a prescription table and tell that there is some disease. I don't remember the name. Let me Google and come back. No, right? You should be able to tell. If you cannot do that, then you are not a professional. Professional is not something different. What you learn in proper way. So that is what PMI is expecting. This is why you need 2 months, 3 months of time of preparation. Yeah, that's also one of the reasons people struggle for the exam. Okay, good. You have energy for one more question? How is energy?
Good.
You'll go for one more? Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's hit it now.
Anywhere.
Big question. Read carefully. Don't disturb other people. Let's answer after a minute. I'm going to mute everyone. People watching from YouTube and LinkedIn, leave your answers in the chat box. Okay, now let everyone give your answers if you're not done. I'm seeing alphabet of D and B. Two alphabets are coming up. Okay. Third alphabet coming. D, B, and C. People online, I'm seeing A. Wow. Going to be a big competition, man. I'm seeing A, B, C, and D. But for some reason, I'm getting a feel I discussed this question before. Did I discuss with any one of you aware of this question?
A similar question, Shri, not the same question.
It's not. See, our brain is able to. Somewhere I'm relating these numbers. Okay.
Maybe last to last Sunday, I believe.
Somewhere we discussed, right? But a little variation was there.
Yeah, but not the exact question, but similar kind of a situation.
Good memory power you have, man. All right. I think this question is going to be a little tricky question because I see variation answers. That shows it's a tricky question. Okay, let's start the game now. Most of you answered, right? Yeah, most of you answered. In online, I got a as an answer. I have A, I have B, I have C, I have D. In this, honestly, the alphabet D looks majority. Okay, let's keep the majority, then come to one by one. As we do, usually, first we'll understand the question. This time, what we do here is, I want you to tell me the tense of the question. What are the tense? Past tense, present tense, and future tense. Where are we? Where it's happening?
Present.
Present.
During the project, present.
Present. Okay, the question is on the present. Okay. Okay, one I got it. Then the next one is stakeholders. How many individual or companies involved into this?
Single
Key
companies.
stakeholders.
Two stakeholders.
Two here.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Project manager.
Manager is involved. Okay. So totally we have three people, right? So let me put it this way. I will say 3 and plus here one person is involved. Okay. If I put a quadrant like this and if I put a power interest grid, where you want to keep these two people? This is a high power. This is a low power. High interest. Low. I'm sorry, stop. I'm putting wrong. It should be here. Low interest. High interest. Where you want to keep these guys? Two people.
Second quadrant. No.
High power, high interest.
High power, high interest.
High interest.
Power is less or high?
High.
Because of the word? Anything interesting in the word?
Key stakeholders.
Key stakeholders.
Key stakeholders. But not a declare, right? They didn't tell the high power, but at least we are imagining that we have to manage them closely. Can I say like that?
Yeah.
Manage closely. Okay. This I don't want to write it, but our brain should know about it. When you're reading the question itself, your brain should tell, okay, this guy I have to give more attention. Okay, this is nice. Let's go to the situation of the question now. So one of you, can you help me? What is the key in the whole question? 3 lines. This is the one I have to focus. Which one it is?
Untested technology.
Untested technology. Yeah.
Untested technology.
Project has just been initiated.
There you go. That's a point. Just been, which means a project is not totally started. Can we say like that?
Yeah.
Which means it could be a project chartered stage or
Yes.
Business case developing.
Business case. Okay. But here untested technology during development, not now. which means it's a proposal. Okay. So I have two things now, interesting. One says it just been initiated, which means the project is not fully into action. Another one I'm hearing here is untested technology during development, not now, during development. Okay, very good. What should the manager do? Very good. Should complete in 18 months is a total completion time. Now, what expectation from PMI in this question? Before you see the answer, what are the areas they want you to be aware of?
Conflicting environment is there here, actually. Like conflicting in the sense like one stakeholder wants this, one stakeholder wants this. So it's a conflicting kind of.
Okay. So
Stakeholder management.
Stakeholder management, schedule management.
Stakeholder management should be aware. Okay. Schedule you should know. Schedule management. Okay.
Scope management.
Communication.
Scope should be aware of it. What else?
Communication.
Communication. Okay, then what?
Leadership as well.
Leadership needed. Why leadership needed?
Leadership needed because now here the thing comes like how to balance both the stakeholder in terms of their needs and requirement.
You mean conflict management or
Yes. Yeah.
conflict management, or you talk about decisiveness, decision making?
Yes, decision making.
Decision making, right? It's all there. Okay. This also talks about your risk taking ability, risk threshold.
Yeah.
How much risk you can take? Threshold. And it's a risk threshold. You're going to take a risk on untested technology. Risk threshold. By the way, don't want to add too much, but I'm trying to say that a question is like this framed, where they look multiple directions. Okay, now, since you prepared for last few weeks, you'll have read few areas, but again, you have to put things together. Now, the question is, what should the manager do? Let's put some real scenario now. There is a company which is in Mumbai. In Mumbai, there is a company, and they are coming with a new rainwater harvesting system. Okay, I'm just doing something. Okay, rainwater harvesting system. For rainwater harvesting, they are in the very initial stage. They are signing a contract with the Mumbai government, and Mumbai government they're working out. Meantime, they're initiating this work. They want to start before the monsoon of 2025. Okay, that's the initiation stage now. Another two key people could be is one of the big builder in the Mumbai section, and one of the other big builder from a different section. And these guys are coming up. Maybe government also can be a stakeholder. One government, one is could be big builder. Let me put L&T. One is L&T, one is government section. Now, these people say that I want in 18 months. 18 months is in nearly 2 years. Then I have to put a monsoon of 2026. 2026 monsoon, I want it. In fact, before monsoon, you have to do rainwater harvesting. Now, one of the stakeholders says, let's go with some untested technology during the development. So now, why somebody has to propose untested technology? What could be the reason? In this question, what could be the reason?
To save on time.
Save time, yeah.
Save time. Okay. With the current world, do you think early is highly expected in the market? Go early?
Yes.
But for that, can I take a blind risk? That is also a problem, right? But time is always money. You cannot say no for it. Stakeholder B says that, no guys, let's stay with 18 here. Someone I heard, maybe they saying that leadership is important because two people are involving. I have to talk about conflict. I have to be decision making. Two things are involved. On top of that, you should know the requirement. You should know communication. You should know schedule management. All you should be aware of it. Now, with this, I have varying answers here. At least in the YouTube, I'm seeing one person has given as A. Since he or she cannot speak because they're on YouTube, I'll pick up from the B. I'll start from the B. Even before going to the B, since everyone given one alphabet, let me ask people here, which one you think this answer makes no sense? At least let me listen to that. You see this answer doesn't make sense. Which one?
Answer A.
A doesn't make sense. Okay. Any reason why you think A doesn't make sense?
Yeah, so it's like for going for the cost benefit analysis, because stakeholders are more interested in they are the power stakeholders and they are more interested in the schedule and the technologies to be tested. So cost benefit analysis won't affect much here. And secondary, to give all the project stakeholder for a decision. Again, decision should be based on the analysis we are doing, should be taken by the project manager or the power key stakeholder. Like not every stakeholder can take or involve in the decision, final decision.
Okay. Okay. So it is not going to add any benefit right now. That's your thought.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I listen to you. Nice. Okay, then I'll park answer A. Or I'll place a strike A right now. We'll come back again for this if needed. And in this room, a majority of the people went with the answer D. D or B. Let me see who all gave. I see D is more, right? Yeah, D is more than B. Okay, why D looks a good answer for many of you? Why you thought D is a good answer? Any one of you, like maybe Dolly. Dolly, I saw you D given there. You want to talk about a D?
Yeah, because it will, it is actually giving the time saving analysis also with the added risk, as well as will come to know like what will be the cost. So based on that, we can finalize the critical path and see if that is possible. If the project can be delivered at an earlier stage, along with giving good quality of work.
Okay. Let me clear it off the content. Let me make it clear. We strike out A. We are saying D could be a good answer. The reason is you're seeing that added risk and cost of the untested technology by reviewing it. Now, as a manager, you are expecting to do this job now. As a manager, I have to go back to my whiteboard, and sit and talk. Okay, guys, if in case I take this untested technology, what kind of new risk it could pop up? What are the costs involved towards it? So that the critical path and schedule compression options. Okay, I hear that point.
Can I add one more thing here?
Please go ahead.
So, see, B can also be the thing when I was opting for this answer. But here I see risk and cost means two constraints are involved, which are very important. I believe like risk and we should understand that the project has just been initiated. So during initiation only we're trying to identify the risk and the cost. So it will help us in our long project journey to get all these information before itself, so that we can work on, and then we can at least prepare for like at least unknown or surprised risk or something like that, which may add to the cost like afterwards. In that way I'm thinking.
Okay. Are you referring to this one? The cost of changes starts getting
Yes,
higher as the
actually.
project
Yeah.
progresses. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yes.
0 to 100, if I put like this, the cost of
Exactly.
change, if you want to do, you can do here. If you do
Yeah.
somewhere in X, if you do in Y, your cost is very high. That's what you want to
Very
say.
high. Exactly.
Uh-huh.
As you explained in the Japanese company example, that how they took some time during the initiation itself to avoid again repeating or rework, and again it is adding to the cost. I remember like in our sessions that
Yeah.
it worked, and then that thing.
Okay. I see that point. But by the way, I took two people, key stakeholders. One is the government, one is L&T. Let's put L&T into trouble now. Let's say L&T is coming with this untested technology in rainwater harvesting. They are coming with the untested technology. Now, do you think government will object this, saying that no, I don't want to do this?
Yeah, this risk can be possible.
Possible. But that kind of argument is not happening here, at least in the answers or in the question. They're telling two key
Yes.
stakeholders. But anyone, if you propose an idea, I can bring lesser time. Also, I can make a risk handling. That's what you want to say. If you say here, with added risk and the cost, the untested technology, by reviewing the critical path, how can I make it better? I think this picture is what we are trying to prove. Okay, let me listen to one other person for the answer D, then I go for B. Anyone else for the answer D? You have different views?
I have like it's not the different views what others have answered. Adding to that, because like right now the project manager has to take decision based on two different stakeholders. So one stakeholder is asking for this 18-month timeline and using a proven technology. So we have to give answers to the another stakeholder who is looking for the lesser time and the new technology. So for doing this risk and cost analysis, we can convince them like.
Oh, okay. You can convince them. You have
We
some
have taken their.
potential facts to talk. That's what you want to say.
Yes.
Okay. Critical thinking. Okay. Makes a selling point. All right. Good. Thanks for sharing those points. Let me pull somebody for B. Priyadarshini, if you're online, you want to talk up for B? Why you thought B is a good answer? Priyadarshini, I saw you with the B. You
Hi.
want to speak up? Yeah. Hi.
Yeah. So, one stakeholder wants to go for an untested technology. So definitely initial stage, we can't take the risk. Instead of that, we can start with the 18 months project type timeline using a tested technology. Plus, we can add, we can tailor it with that untested technology. And during this time period, whatever the lessons learned, we can note it down so that we can use it in the next project. But
Next
initially,
project. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, ideas.
Yeah. So in initial, it's not a good idea to start with the untested technology without identifying that risk involved. Because there are two key stakeholders, and we need to manage both
Okay.
of them.
Okay. I see your point of agile coming in there. Okay. Create a project schedule for the 18 months timeline. So in the beginning itself, set it 18 months. Tailor it with agile test iterations. What do you mean by test iterations here? I'm trying to see how can I utilize it. Tailor it with agile test iterations for the untested technologies and record any achieved time savings in the lessons learned. Okay. Okay. So you are committing 18 months as a time to the customer. Then I'm doing some learning curve. Through this learning curve, I'm updating my lessons learned. So your idea is by learning, I can reduce the time later. That's what you want to say.
Yeah, that's what I felt. I might be wrong
Uh,
also.
that's fine. It's a different view, right? When you say agile, but are you tempted with the word agile there?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I see your point, but I'm trying to correlate this agile test iterations. How can I see this as a real value? Because I cannot tell to my customer I will do some agile test iterations. Customer may not agree for it because they have to sponsor for it. If I'm going to tell I'm going to do some test iteration, they'll ask me, what do you mean by test iterations? So you mean you won't give any deliverable? I have to say no. I'm going to give one a trial there. But Priya can debate. No, I'm going to do something called fail fast. Is it correct, Priya? That's what you're trying to say from Agile? Fail
So
fast.
we can say we'll do some spikes and find out some solution. Then we'll take it up.
Spikes you're bringing up there. Okay. 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 But again, here we are trying to freeze the time with 18 months. At least in this answer, I'm not seeing any timeline is given. Potential time saving. They can go with the 14 months and they can also do the same spike here. It can be in 14 or it can be even 16. But here I'm giving 18 and then I want to come back reducing the time. Okay. I'm seeing two variations. Any other thoughts with answer B?
Yeah, I think with a proven technology, we know that it is 18. And by test iteration, if those work, I think maybe the other technology can be implemented and that could bring savings from 18 to 16, 14, whatever it may be. And once, and we are, I mean, since it's a agile test iteration is happening with the work, so it's actually it's not, it won't be actually a untested technology. It would it probably it would have passed through some tests that if it works or it doesn't work.
But in B we are already knowing we are taking the risk and then we are doing the testing agile. It's a trials we are doing, and then we wanted to learn from that, and then we need to fix that time actually.
Actually, I mean, there won't be any risk because with the 18-month timeline, we are anyways having a we are using a tested technology. So that the 18-month is coming on basis of some past experience or something. And I think if it brings any time savings, I mean, of course, it can reduce the project duration and of course may help in the future projects.
Okay, let's take one step back here. Okay, the back here is when we discussed this question, we were discussing what is PMI expecting from us. One of the key thing I saw is leadership. Leadership in solving conflict. And another term I saw here is you're talking about decision making. And another topic I heard from people here is risk-taking ability. What is the risk-taking ability? It depends purely on the risk threshold of the company. I believe you're aware of something called risk threshold. What level of risk they can take. When I say risk level, it could be of a time, it could be for money, it could be for any other parameters, right? We see what is the level threshold based on the work for it. Also, definitely stakeholder comes in, definitely communication comes in. You can't ignore it. These two are going to be there. Now, let's look at a little back here. When I see the answer B and answer D, one thing here, in answer B, we create a project schedule for 18 months. It's becoming very concrete. Looks very decisive, but very concrete. You straight away start with 18 months. Okay, this is one area. Another one is determine the viability. You're going to do an impact analysis before you conclude something. So this is going to start without facts. This could start with the facts. Now we can argue back. No, I'm using agile way. So I will start without facts, but I'll deliver it. Here they are doing a check of potential time savings and coming up with some details. Now, this particular system of project execution, they didn't mention is agile or non-agile. They didn't tell anything at all. It's up to you to decide. If I go with this answer, if I put it this way, if I see this answer, they're using critical path, schedule compression. This primarily goes with a predictive model. Can I say like that? It's a plan-driven approach.
Yes.
It's a plan-driven approach. When you create a schedule of 18 months, this is also almost predictive, which means you know the timeline already and you're going to start that. Later you are tailoring it, which could be kind of a hybrid model. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind
Yes.
of a hybrid. I'm saying it's a bit of hybrid because plan-driven. But no argument in this question whether plan-driven or change-driven. Only thing is, can I go with untested technology? Can I go look at the best option here? Now, one is doing impact analysis before they do something. One is doing impact in between the work itself. Now, which one to go for it? But here, they say that record any achieved time savings as a lessons learned. But is it only sufficient or you have to apply on your plan already? Recording a lesson, apply on it is there, but I believe they may do it, but they didn't mention the answer explicitly. Okay, now tough question, right? Now let's go with the one more person before we go for the right answer. Rex is there. Rex, we don't want to leave you, man. There's something you're giving for C. What is your thought there?
My thought is the initiation phase. So we have not gone up to the planning phase at all. So first in the initiation phase, I've got two options. So go first. Is it possible to use this technology? If I go to subject matter experts and the first thing they tell me, no, if I get a reply that the untested technology is not feasible, whole matter is over. I only go for the other technology. If they say possible, then I go into the stage of B or D. So, and it is in the initiation stage, not all the other B and D comes in the planning stage. So now he's asking what should the project manager do at the initiation stage when I got two technologies. So that's the logic I use. First, go to the subject matter expert and determine the feasibility.
Okay, people with answer B and D. How do you see this answer now?
I mean, I see that if there is something untested, there may not be any subject matter experts.
Ah, that's a different angle.
No, it can be subject matter expert, but along with subject matter expert, we need to include other stakeholders as well. If you are talking about the brainstorming here, if I think in that way, like we can do brainstorming as well to at least throw up the ideas or something like that, and then we can assess. So I think only subject matter expert here and taking the decision directly will not be a good thing.
Yeah, but again, untested doesn't mean you won't have SME. It is not tested, but SME will be there, right? A subject matter knowledgeable person will be there. You cannot deny that, right? Totally. Okay, nice. By the way, the people who went to the D, when you call it as a viability, is included into this?
Yes, yes,
ಎಂತ
Shri.
ಬೇಕಾರೆ?
You think
Yes.
so?
Yeah, feasibility, we are saying determine its feasibility or kind of thing.
Will you agree for that, Rex? Is it part of D?
Yes, yes, okay.
Could be.
No, but viability of prioritizing the potential time saving.
See, without knowing it, how can I talk about the potential time saving? I should invite SME, right? Somebody now here.
It amplifies it by saying with the added risk and at the cost of by reviewing the critical path and schedule compression options. You have not come to the critical path still. You are not still moved out of initiation. So initiation, in the initiation, there is no critical path, there is no command. You go into planning and then you will have the critical path and everything. We are in the initiation stage.
Okay. Super nice. This question is making us to think a lot, isn't it? Okay, Pooja, what do you have?
My point here is it's like when we are saying it is a key stakeholders, right? So I am seeing personally like maybe they are on the more power side. They more have
Yeah.
more power.
Yeah, high power.
So when they are seeing, as a good stakeholder, but when power stakeholder is saying that they want to go as an untested technology as one option, so means they are seeing from the business perspective.
Go early to the market. Okay.
Yes, so they are seeing from that perspective. So just going to the SME, and if it's SME say no, it's not like. So power stakeholder must have this understanding that this technology can be used. They have some data available with them. So just by SME saying it cannot be used, we cannot take decision based on that. This is my perspective.
I'm sorry, I missed the last take from you. What do you want to say?
So it's like I am having this understanding. This like a power stakeholder must have this knowledge with them, whether when they are saying this untested technology can be used for this project, so they must have some data with them.
Oh, okay. Let's take this example. Neuralink of Elon Musk. They went to set the chip in a human brain. I believe some of you read this news. Yeah, 2-3 months back. Now, that is a purely untested biological or chip or machine related nothing. No one has tested it. It's the first time. Now, there is a risk is super high there. So, rightly somebody said SME will not be there in that area itself. That's also a right statement there. Now, in that case, Elon Musk and team would have waited, or they take a risk of let's go, let's do the potential benefit out of it and see what we can get out of it if I do it in 3 months or 6 months and take a risk there. It goes back to the risk taking ability of the team, isn't it? Okay. Okay, let's pause here. Let's go for the right answer now. So I have 4 choices with me. This question is purely about 14 months or 18 months. These two are stakeholders and they are towards one project and the project is initiated. Initiated could be is they did a business case analysis. Is this project really needed? After that only initiation starts, which means project is needed. You cannot stop it. In the project, they want to use a technology. Let's say Burj Khalifa. In Burj Khalifa, it's a big construction work. In this, a number of things going to happen. One of the place, one of the technology. I will not tell the whole project is relying on that one particular technology. In one portion of it, they're going to have this untested technology just for imagination purpose. So when I talk 15 items, Maybe one of the item in the project could be untested technology. Now there is a proposal from a stakeholder says let's go for it because the risk taking ability is very high. Another person says that okay, let's go with 18 months, stay within 18 months. But this guy doesn't oppose untested technology, but says that let's use a proven technology. So it's a kind of debating part here. Now what we are seeing is the majority of the people in the room says that, so you know what? First, we have to determine the viability of prioritizing the potential time saving. If I bring an untested technology, what is the risk involved and what is the cost involved? And look out for the benefit of this. This is what I'm proposing. Is this answer one-sided? Which means, are we focusing for a one-sided person or are we focusing both aside?
I think both of the side.
Both aside. Okay. How come it's both aside?
Because
Okay.
we are talking about all the constants here, first of all, like, and it is related to both the, like, the project is related to, means the key stakeholders are also well aware about these constants as well. Like in every dimension, we are assessing, analyzing the viability. So
Okay. Now, thanks for sharing that point. One message, if you observed, stakeholder B prefers staying within 18 months. They are not telling 18 months only will do. Staying within 18 months. It can be even 17.5. Even it can be 14.5. So there is no freeze on the time there. But staying within 18 months, they're also preferring it, which means there is a common ground within them. Can we say like that? A and B has a common ground within them. They have a common ground, but in a common ground, there is a slight variation. One says a 14, one says 18, within 18. Now we have to look out for a preferred technology where to go. This risk taking ability is not disclosed in the question at all. They left it to the manager. This is a kind of a little vague question because they didn't tell who has high risk taking ability. Okay, now let's go and see the right answer and then we'll see what justification given there. Woo! God, man, after 20 minutes discussion, huh? Let's see what it says here. The project manager has two stakeholders with a conflicting schedule requirements. It's important to find the common ground, okay, and to validate the schedule requirements for the work at the same time. This can be done by reviewing the critical path and schedule compression options to determine the actual shortest duration of time it will take to complete the project activities. Now look at this point a little more carefully here. When they say 14 and 18, because doing untested technology, there is nothing proven that it is going to be 14 months. Because now you're going to do the viability and you're going to look at the critical path touching parameter, compression touching parameter, and you will reevaluate, can we do in this duration itself? It can be 14, it can be 12, it can be 16. That is nothing given in the answer, nothing proven here. This will become a conclusion only after you do this process of analysis, and then the results could be that yes, we can do it, but it can take 16 months of time because more testing is needed because it's untested technology. However, here this person says let's go for the proven. However, we have to stay within 18 months, which means this person is not also not happy going beyond 18 months. So there could be a common ground for them to stay lesser time. There could be a debate point. There it stops. Now, let's go for the answer B because answer B is still tempting. Create a project schedule for the 18 months timeline and then you tailor it with agile test iterations. Now the problem here is in the test iterations. Now the customer can demand back, I'm not going to get any valuable outcome. It's going to be only a test iteration for the untested technology and do the lessons learned. Now here the deliverable not much coming out, rather it is going to be only a test research process on the untested technology. Yeah, people coming from agile will debate and say that no, Shri, this is a learning which I will use it and change my whole schedule. Initially we thought 18 months, later I'll reduce it to some timeline. This we can argue. There is a big argument behind this. However, it is the same argument here goes back. They do a proper ground analysis before even they conclude a data. It's a kind of thing. Here in this question, the question is not having a clarity of who has a high risk taking ability. For that reason, we have to go to the critical path, because the critical path has a clarity of what is being defined, and from there you take an action. In this question, one of them has a debate mentioned the point, the project has just initiated, which means a critical path is not created. Okay. Now the point here is, when the critical path is not created, yes, could be or maybe happened. But the point here is they have some timeline with them. There's a timeline could be is they should have put a list of activities, list of work items, then only you got some date there. So there is some discussion has happened. We cannot totally say no discussion. There was a discussion there. I'll give a pause here. How was this question? A lot of thinking process?
Tricky.
Yes.
Even the people went with the D. Was it a random guess or you had to think a lot?
No, thinking a lot actually.
Mm-hmm.
Struggling between B and D.
Right. In main exam, this kind of question, 1 minute 20 seconds, your brain should process it. Bit tricky, right? Bit tricky. Like Priya was pointing out, the word agile was a bit tempting there, isn't it?
Actually,
mm-hmm.
honestly saying, taken risk in this question. At least this question takes time to analyze, not more than 1 minute.
Yeah, a lot of big question. It's a big question. If imagine they give multiple answers, you have to choose 2 answers. Which 2 you will go? Not cost benefit analysis.
BD.
Not SME, because SME is part of viability already. Chances are you may look for B also, isn't it? All right. Really appreciate the energy level here. Shall we try one more question quickly?
Yep.
One question. The last question for the Sunday prayers. Let's hit it with high energy. Woo. Here it is. People in the YouTube, you can leave your message in the chat box. Few more seconds. All right, so let's get to the question. I believe this question looks a bit more simple, complicated, not highly complicated, simple. Let's see how we can derive it. Is this situation, which it tense? Is it a project past, present, or future? Where are we right now?
Present.
Present.
Present. It is
Present.
present.
Yeah, present tense.
Okay. The project team reports environmental issues at the job site. Okay. So as per you, in this 4 lines, which words you feel important to watch out?
Emotional and physical distress.
Emotional, yeah, emotional, physical distress.
For who this is happening?
Residents and businesses in the surrounding community.
Residents and business surrounding community. Okay. Then what else?
And the
We
team
are
is spending
speaking
a lot
to
to community.
Spending more time. Okay.
Communicating to the community members.
Uh-huh. So now which engagement strategy should the project team have used? Is it something they're asking in future what to use, or they're asking what should use now, or are they asking what has been used? What is the ask here?
They are asking what we could have done to prevent this situation.
Yes.
Yep.
What could have been done, huh? Which means,
Yes.
okay, it's a prevention. You're looking at it as a prevention. Preventive measure. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fortunately or unfortunately, today most of the questions are going towards the people area. I'm not seeing much on schedule, cost, or agile. More of people. Now, what area PMI mindset will expect here? Mindset. What they expect from you? Which area?
It's more about how we communicate with our stakeholders to understand or issues, the problem which is happening, the
Okay.
facing currently.
Communication. Okay. Very good.
How to reduce risk.
Yeah.
Risk reduction should be aware of it. Okay.
Being transparent about issues and the problems which community is facing.
Okay. Transparency is needed. This is one part of agility. Okay. And if you want to communicate, do you think we need a stakeholder engagement to understand what
Yes.
sort of communication will help them?
Yes.
I cannot imagine this is what the communication I do that will go well for them. I should also listen to them, right? That's also important. All right, good. Then let's start the elimination technique. So which answer will go out here?
A, C, and D.
A goes out.
Yeah, mail.
It's a one-way communication.
Circulate the project information to local stakeholders in the mail postal service. Okay. Is this a medium we discussed with them already? Maybe. So I'm seeing mail doesn't go well. Why we think mail won't go well? Mail.
Everybody won't open the mail. It's like only one way.
Okay. That's not an efficient one. Okay. Any other alphabet? I'm seeing many go with B or C. B majority go. So I'll park the B. I'll come for C. C and D. Why C doesn't look a good answer for many of us?
I mean, signage is also is not clear actually. Everybody would
They're just informing that there
understanding.
will be work.
Okay. So it's again one way.
And
So
then it's also in the, I mean, the project is already ongoing. So this is something which is already.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Do anyone? Okay. Let's see. This is also one way. I think this is also one way. One way. Then why D has been pushed out? D. Do anyone answer D? D is also pushed out. Why D is pushed out?
Many will not
No
have access to
consent.
newspaper as well. We never.
But what is it? Legal notice? I don't think we went to that level.
Yeah. Yes.
Members report environmental issues. It's not a legal notice, right? It's only a legal notice, totally different.
Yeah.
You take it to the court. I don't think this is relevant in this answer question because the legal word is, at least to me, I don't see we didn't went that far.
Yes.
So D goes out for that reason. So by striking out, we're coming here. This irrelevant wording, and I heard people say one way. But then why we're choosing B? What makes B is more powerful answer for most of you?
It's a two-way
Interactive.
communication.
Interactive and feedback kind of.
Interactive. What word in this answer says interactive?
Open town.
Yeah. Discuss actually. Yeah.
The whole question, this is a word. Is it a word? Interesting word? That's the right word?
Keyword.
So what does it mean here is you discuss. Discuss means what? It's not one-way communication. It's a town hall is one of the term. Okay, by the way, town hall comes from some of the British model long time back. Those days we don't know how these guys run a town hall. But the word here is town hall. Means just a group of people coming there, but discuss is important. Now, public stakeholders of projects that will have a direct impact of a community need to be consulted meaningfully at the start of the project. At the time, it is possible to explore and explain the project vision, benefit to them, as well as prepare them for any possible negative impacts. But one asks here, when I'm doing this, can I do this also? See also? Can I?
Possible. I mean, along with that, we can do it, but the main thing is like we need to discuss.
Right. So I cannot tell A is wrong and C is wrong. I cannot say that. That also makes sense. But the most effective here could be B. From B, probably I can start doing others also parallelly, which can bring more information. So in exam hall, when I see this, I may see A also tempted, C is also tempted. Now for this, I should have read the chapter called communication management. I should have read the chapter called stakeholder management. In stakeholder management, I should have learned something called stakeholder engagement strategy. What is engagement strategy? I should have understood what kind of stakeholder this person is, this company is. For them, what kind of communication helps them, and what nature of communication will be more convenient for them. I should learn it first. Second one, I should have read the communication chapter, and I should be aware there is something called one-way communication, two-way communication, for which we have a pull, push. What is the other one? Pull mode, push mode. What is the other one? Interactive mode. Yes. Interactive mode. When you read in a book in a chapter, it is a normal chapter. Pull mode means I will get from the centralized Google server. Push mode means I'll send an email. Interactive means we'll sit and talk in the video call. If I learn that level, yes, it's fine. When you see a question like this, your brain starts opening further. Oh, when they send a mail here, it look like a push mode. When they say 3 months once, I'll keep a signage board, it is a pull mode. People can see the board while they're driving the car, while walking on the street. When I say discuss, it's an interactive mode. Do you see the meaning of connection of those words here?
Yes.
And this question is framed in that angle. Are you aware of stakeholder management and communication management? They don't ask you, are you aware of pull mode or push mode? But are they asking something in an implicit way?
Yeah.
And this understanding is what PMI is expecting from you. And this is called PMI mindset towards it. For this, I will not even tell it is agile or non-agile. I don't even tell it's a hybrid project. Any project, isn't it? Any project for the same sake. Even if I sit for a purely agile, I will see how can I use this communication effectively. So that's what the question paper is targeting more on a conceptual question. This is called conceptual questions. They give a concept. Through the concept, they check your subject knowledge. They check your experience in the industry. Good job. I think we did a good amount of time. I'm also spending good time today. The reason is we don't have a class today. Yeah. Are you aware that? Yeah. That's the reason we have to put a lot of time today. Next week, we are starting a new batch. Yeah. Next bunch of people coming on the way. Yay. Yeah, new people comes here and you people become a senior, you start ragging them. Do you rag them?
No.
Okay, great. So now I think we made a very solid conversation today. In the beginning, we spoke about exam preparation, and now we spoke about 3 questions with a lot of subject stuff. And some of them are for PMI-ACP also. Yeah, you have to progress towards agile preparation. Overall, what I see here is exams are going well, and the PMI started publishing their certificates very high in the market. Do you even observe the LinkedIn post happening from PMI Institute of late, last 3 months? They conduct a lot of PMI summit. They change the color of their icons. You see that?
Yeah, they have model. They have a logo. Yeah.
Okay, logo. They're happening. Be aware that PMI is a very silent player for so many years. just being a silent player itself, many companies see that we want PMI certified person. Now, PMI publicized very well means they don't do only here. They even have a conversation with the corporates. I would say that all these certificates are pretty important certificates, and PMI makes sure that your certificates are very valuable in the market. So what you're doing is the most worth the time you're investing in your life, in your career. So if you feel sometime tired or get exhausted, keep in mind you're working in one of the best certificate in the world. So put the effort. I'm sure you'll get a good results. Yep. Before I drop off, Shatab, what do you have a question?
Thank you, Shri. Shri, I just wanted to know I know it's a very future thing, but just out of interest. So, after getting the PMP certifications, those candidates, as you said, try within the organization to apply or switch jobs.
Yeah.
So, I don't think so. Immediately, we'll get a project manager role just because we have a certificate in our hand. So, like a kind of a junior level, like project coordinator, or like in a project management department, we can get any kind of a job, right? What I'm expecting.
That's true. That's true. It depends on the level of experience and industry where we are. There are some industries they entertain young managers. If I go to oil and gas, if I go to some of the big construction groups, they don't entertain young managers so early. They expect people to have a good amount of field experience also. So my recommendation mostly is whenever we try for a job, first try internal inside your whole organization, not only your group of people, whole organization. Try something there. After you stabilize something there, just start moving forward. Answering your question, yes, it could be sometimes they call us a lead. Sometimes they call us a associate manager. Sometimes they call us a project manager also. It depends on the whatever name they call, but check the job description. Does it have any relevance to what you learned? Agility, non-agility, hybrid, or plan-driven. Read some job description and try something internal. Prove yourself in the internal ground for 6 months at least. Because in this ground, you can test whatever you want to test. Then look for the moderate other companies in the market that will help you. Well, that's my thoughts.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All right, guys. Then thanks everyone for participating today. And if anyone missed, re-listen the recording again. Chances are it may help you. And people from YouTube or LinkedIn, thanks for watching. And thanks for giving your answers there. And we'll connect again for next Sunday prayers.
Thank you so much, Shri.
Thank you very
Have a
much.
nice day.
Great. Have a nice time. See you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.